What's going on, y'all? It's your boy C Marty Fit, and you back here on the coolest, coldest, illest, dopest channel on YouTube. And come on, we all know Angel Reese has been around a lot of controversy this year. You know, some negative, some positive, and I'm gonna be honest, man. I just I want the best for this girl, but at the same time, she's going to be criticized. She is a professional athlete. She's in the spotlight. She has high expectations and she talks a good game. She gonna hype herself up. She's confident, and she gonna let you know that she's confident. And guess what? Especially as an athlete, it ain't nothing wrong with that. But a lot of people act like she's untouchable. You can't criticize her. If you a black man and you criticize her, you a coon and you hate black women. If you a white man and you criticize her, you racist. You know, if you are a black woman and you talk about her, you hate yourself. And white women can't talk about it either. I don't know what the exact excuse is, but they can't do it either. But a lot of things Angel has done to surround herself with this controversy, she put herself in that situation. She's put herself in the situation, man. And so let's go through a few things. Oh, and before I go through a few events that we talk about it, there's rumors of her getting traded at the end of the season. She no longer wants to be in Chicago. They're underperforming, and it seems as if she's having some issues with her teammates, and her teammates don't necessarily like her. And that's not a good place to be in, you know, especially someone talented like her. You're looked at as a leader, and you don't want to be the cancer on the team. So it's a tough situation. You know, she's a young girl. She's going to learn. She's going to mature. We all did dumb shit when we were young. So, but yeah, I'm wishing the best for her. But just to go over some of the controversy, just this year alone, we got May 17th, 2025, the season opener. After the game, there were allegations of racist fan behavior towards Sky players, and the WNBA opened up an investigation for inappropriate fan conduct. Now, you know, I hope there was no racist behavior. You know, it's 2025. Stop being ignorant. Stop being stupid. But again, at the same time, you know, and I'm not sure what happened. At the same time, you know, we can't shield this woman from criticism. You know, look at some of the stuff LeBron has had to go through. Look at what Russell Westbrook had to go through a few years back in Utah, being called the N-word. Of course, I'm not saying that's okay, but that is part of the game. You're going to have crazy fans say crazy shit to you. So we can't shield her. June 7th, 2025. Courtney Vandersloot, Sky veteran point guard, suffered a torn ACL in two separate games this period. Her injury removed an experienced leader, which later became part of Reese's criticism of the team's roster health and dependability. Like I said earlier, she's going to be looked at as a leader. And to be honest, she's not doing a great job of that. She's not doing a great job of being a leader. And you look at the technical foul that she got earlier this season. I mean, it's you can't smack the clipboard out your coach's hand. You can't do that. And people acting like that's okay. You know, I trained a 12-year-old girl. She loves Angel Reese. That's like her favorite player. Now she gonna think this stuff is okay. And I got to keep telling her, like, hey, you can't act like that. Angel's in the league. you don't have no offers yet. You can't act like that. But this affects the next generation. You know, she had a situation where oh no, we'll get to that in a second. But here, I'll just play her highlights while we listen. This is not long ago. Reese missed a couple games due to a back injury. Her physical health became a concern, and some critics accused her of quitting or not being fully transparent about the severity. Reese countered that she was rehabbing and wanted to play, but was limited. There's speculation of her faking injuries or lying about injuries. And again, you know, when you're heavily criticized, everything you do is going to be under a microscope. She got to watch it. She there's certain things that she can't do. If you are really hurt, sit out. But don't be trying to sit out on some soft shit. People ain't going for that. Early September 2025. Tensions publicly spilled over. Reese gave an interview to the Chicago Tribune in which he expressed frustration about the Sky's roster construction, saying, "We have to get great players. I'm not selling for the same shit we did this year. She hinted that if things don't improve, she might consider leaving the team. Like I said, there's rumors of her getting traded, and she's not even acting like she wants to play there anymore. For instance, check out this clip here when she sat out a game. Look at how she reacts to her teammate sitting next to her.
We're the Aces right now. And there's Angel Reese, not going to be in this one. She's played in 30 games, had 30 starts.
And there, Ariel Atkins sitting right next to her.
Yep.
That's another double-digit score, 13 points again.
Now you might say, "Hey man, you being petty right now," but just those movements alone, that's not something a leader does. You know, unless the girl stink or something. Maybe she does, and I'm not aware. You can't be acting like that on the bench. People watching you on the bench. A good leader knows that. Come on, Angel, you gotta do better. And September 4th and 5th, 2 disciplinary actions occurred. She was suspended 1 game by the WNBA due to accumulating her 8th technical foul for the season. Now, you can't do that. Do NBA players get technical fouls? Absolutely. But the NBA players known for technical fouls and getting suspended are typically not the franchise player. Typically not the number one guy. It's not what happens. So I think part of it though, she's young. She got some maturing to do. And that's just what it is, man. The Sky suspended her for the first half of the next game for comments deemed detrimental to the team. You know, she's in the press talking about her team. Angel, you can't do that. And then late regular season, which is a couple days ago, her back injury flared up again. She missed the season finale. The cumulative effect of injuries, suspensions, and public criticism contributed to uncertainty about her future with the Sky. And now it is a liability for the Sky to keep her. They're not doing well. You know, they've had top draft picks 2 years in a row, which means your team isn't doing too well. So I think it is time for her to move on. And you know, I'm not sure how the WNBA works, but she's going to need a coach that she respects, and she's going to need a coach that hold her accountable. If you smacking clipboards out of coach's hands, your coach ain't really getting on your ass and saying shit to you. Because I know what coaches back in the day who I would have smacked the clipboard out of their hand, and which coaches I wouldn't have smacked out their hand when I used to hoop. So, and you probably wonder who is this guy. I did play mid-major Division I basketball, so I'm not foreign to it. I'm not at the pro level, but I can get if dudes can get their perspective that never touched the basketball, I can get my perspective. So with all that being said, it is what it is, and you know I'm gonna tell the truth, and you know I gotta go. Appreciate y'all. Hit that like button if you rock with the video. Let me know how you feel in the comments, and listen. Subscribe to the page. Follow my social media. See Marty Fit on every platform: Instagram, TikTok, X. LessBunchesMoreCrunches.com for the gear, or you can buy the gear directly from this video. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Catch y'all on the next one. I'm out.